Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praise, glory, honor due unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostle Els, a great millstone. Enough respect to the brother teaching and preaching the truth all over the globe worldwide. Come back at you again with another lesson through the power of spirit, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Kakadash, Barakatham to all the citizens listeners out there. And the title of this lesson, something to the effect is to shake the dust from off thy feet. We're at the time period that we should not be sitting back there constantly, arguing and debating, over the scriptures. And if you know that you had 100% truth through the power of spirit, how about Shem Shah, and you teaching out the scriptures and you teach them in, being led by the spirit. We're at the time period now that it's time out, for constantly debate, and it's time to just shake the dust off their feet, man. We're at the time period that, we got a lot of scoffers, we got a lot of those that hate the word of Yahweh Hashem Shah. And they want to debate the scriptures. We know that the scriptures also tell us that we supposed to be defenders of the gospel, roughly paraphrasing. We defend the gospel so that the word of Yahweh Hashem Shah, it won't have fault. But yeah, you got a lot of scoffers, that they go into the scriptures in trying to defend, their wickedness, and they trying to defend what they doing. They believe what they doing is right in their own eyes, man. But for those who are in the truth, man, we go by what the scriptures say. We don't go by our own opinions. We don't go by what we think. We go by what the word of Yahweh Hashem Shah says. And there's a time period. Some people, when you're trying to defend the faith, and you showing them through the scriptures or what the word of Yahweh Hashem Shah says, some people just not going to get it, man. Especially 2/3 of our people. We know the heathen nation not going to get it, because the word is not given to them, man. You know what I'm saying? And we understand that we do have some Israelites that are among the heathen, because, the scriptures say that the Most High heritage is as a speckled bird, man. I mean that you don't have Israelite that's going to look like the different nation, but they seed goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But nevertheless, to get back on topic, is that, we know that the heathen nations are not going to get the word of Yahweh Hashem Shah, as well as 2/3 of our people. But we defend the gospel, and we bring out some things for edification's sake. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a couple of scriptures. And we're going to start off with Matthew chapter 10. And we're going to start at verse 11. And it's, let's see, so I can for that. We're going to start off at verse 11. But Yahweh shall send it. We're going to start off at verse 5. Yeah, we're going to start at verse 5 to prove the point. And it said, these 12 Yahweh shall send forth and command them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And this gospel of the kingdom is only for the house of Israel. We teach to all the nations because we have Israelites scattered among them. And we teach to nations to pronounce a judgment that's going to go forth from Yahweh Shem Shah. But, we know that Israelites, through the power of Spirit Yahweh Shem Shah, it's got among these heathen nations. And that's really why we preach. We bring our lessons through the power of Spirit Yahweh Shem Shah, because we have Israelites that scattered among these other nations. And also we teach the gospel to wake up the elect of Israel. So that way we can get up out of here, man. And we can pray to Yahweh Shem Shah that his will be done and his kingdom be established. You know what I'm saying? You got these people, you got these gainsayers, and you got these scoffers and mockers, they constantly go up against the word, man. And they think that the kingdom of heaven's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be a time period that you're going to just have to shake the dust off your feet. And you just have to, just not even worry about these scoffers. Why? Because they're going to continue to laugh, scoff, and mock. Because they are not, they are not giving this sound doctrine as the elect is given through the power of Spirit Yahweh Shem Shah. But this is Matthew chapter 10, verse 6 again. It said, go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as you go, preach, saying the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And that's for the Israelites, that's for the elect of Israel on this side. Because we know that 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die because they're not going to hearken, to the gospel of Yahweh Shem Shah. They're going to continue to try to save these heathen nations, which they can't be saved anyway, because the gospel is not given to them. And we're gonna skip down to verse 11, and it reads, and to whatsoever city or town that ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide ye till ye go hence. And when you teach the word Yahweh Shem Shah, wherever town or wherever city you go to, you have to acquire who is worthy. You're fishing for the elect of Israel. You know what I'm saying? You're not sitting there waste your time arguing and games and trying and debating and all the stuff. You don't get into all that. You teach the word Yahweh Shem Shah, and you fishing for the elect. You fishing for who's gonna be worthy to receive the gospel and the power and spirit Yahweh Shem Shah. In verse 12 it reads, and when ye come into a house, salute it. If the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace turn unto you. And this is upon in verse 14. And it said, whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of their house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable in the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. And when you dealing with people, according to the scriptures, you always bring out scriptures. You never trying to bring out your own opinion what things what the scripture say. Why? Because the scripture, it speaks for itself, man. The scripture breaks down itself. It doesn't need our opinion. And when you teach and you witness to other Israelites, especially your family members, you witness to them according to the scriptures. And if they don't want to hear you or your words, Yahweh said, if they don't want to see you or your words, you shake off the dust of your feet. In Yahweh said, it's going to be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city, than for those wicked, Israelites and these wicked heathens that's not going to receive the word. We already know that the heathens not going to get it because Most High not dealing with them. But it's talking about our people, man. Because our people are very, 2/3 of our people are very wicked, and they're not trying to hear the words of Yahweh Shem Shah, but they want to do their own thing, and they want to teach, from their own, they want to save these other nations. They want to save Esau, Edom, saying that all these nations can be saved, and they cannot. You know what I'm saying? But when you're trying to witness unto our people and tell them what the scriptures say, you know, they buck up against the word, and they and they have all types of evil to say against the scriptures. And even especially you talk about, boy, don't even go into these pagan holidays, man. Our people get very offended when you tell them these holidays are pagan and you don't celebrate the holidays. And boy, especially among your family members too, boy, these people get mad and upset, and they saying that you wicked because you don't celebrate the pagan holidays of this society, man. Here it is. These holidays, you know, is there to you know, make our people be in a lower state, and yet our people still celebrate these holidays. And when you're trying to show them in the scripture that we don't supposed to follow out these heathen nations, our people they have a problem with it, man. You know what I'm saying? They have a problem with the word of Yahweh Shem Shah. And that's the reason why Yahweh Shem Shah said if they don't want to hear you all your words, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shah said, shake off the dust of your feet. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was talking to the apostles, the 12 apostles at this time, but you can also equate that to what's going on now, man, because you have to shake off the dust of your feet. You can't constantly keep going into debate with people that don't want to hear the words of Yahweh Shem Shah, because they already making clear to you that they ain't trying to hear that, man. And that's the reason why Yahweh Shah said if they don't want to hear you all your words, you know, you shake the dust off and you keep it moving. Because it's gonna be, and we already know what happened with Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Why? Because we know that they got destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? They got destroyed. And why? Because they didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? They was in much wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? They was, you know, they practicing much wickedness, and the Most High destroyed them in the book of Genesis. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And Abraham, you know, kept going to the house. Said, you know, if I can find 50 righteous. You know what I'm saying? He asked, are you going to spare the city for the sake of the 50 righteous? And Howard told me, yeah, I spare for 50 sake. Then he went down to 45, and then 40, 30, 20, and 10. And then after that, you know, Abraham gave up because he couldn't even find 10 righteous people. He couldn't even find 10 righteous people in the city. And so Yahweh ended up destroying them by fire. You know, he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah by fire because there were no righteous people there. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? It's gonna happen in this time period, man. Because you constantly want to have stuff for those who demonize the word of Yahweh Shem Shah. And guess what? And the scripture said they're gonna be destroyed, and that without remedy, man. You know, they're gonna be destroyed because they don't want to hear the words of Yahweh Shem Shah. Especially you go in these Christian churches, man. These same Christian churches will tell you that they love the Lord, they do, they'll follow him, they do anything that he say. But when you start bringing out the scriptures and you start showing them, especially Leviticus chapter 11, the dietary laws of what you can and can't eat. You know, these Christians, they disregard the Bible, man. And that's another set that you just got to shake the dust off your feet, because these Christians not going to listen to the words of Yahweh Shem Shah. Because why? They want to follow white man Jesus, man. You know, that's their God, because their God doesn't require anything of them, man. You know what I'm saying? When you start bringing out the Bible, you start bringing out the scriptures and showing them the scriptures say that you got to keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying? And they say, oh, the law's done away with. And when you really give them, they say, oh, the Bible is a white man's book. And how in the world the Bible is a white man's book and the Bible condemns the so-called white man? That shows that their argument don't make any sense. And not just the Christians, you got these other Israelites. you show them in the scriptures, then they spoke up against the Bible. They even say, oh, you just taking out of context. Isaiah 28 and 10 tells us to go precept upon precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here, there, there. You got to go to different scriptures to get the full understanding of what the Bible says. But when you do that and you show them the scriptures on what they supposed to do, according to the scriptures, they don't want to hear it. They want to do their own thing. They want to be ignorant of the Most High righteousness, and they want to establish their own righteousness. The Christians pick and choose on what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because they say that things that I pick and choose the faith scripture. Faith is only given to the Israelites, by the way. They'll pick and choose Hebrews 11 to 1, but then when you tell them according to Leviticus chapter 11 on the dietary laws, they ignore it and they act like that part of the Bible don't exist. You have those saying, oh, the Old Testament is done away with. But the New Testament is a correlation of the Old Testament. The New Testament, piggybacks off the Old Testament. Some of the things that were quoted, even Yahweh, most of what he quoted was out of the Old Testament, especially the book of Isaiah. When he quoted out of the Apocrypha when he said, oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? He quoted out of the 2nd Ezra. You Christians, man, y'all have a hard time understanding the Bible. Why? Because it's not for you, man. Because you're not going to get it, because in your mindset that you pick and choose on what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's convenient for you, you'll obey it. But if it's not convenient for you, you disregard it. Just like the pastors. The pastor pick and choose what he want to teach. He's not going to tell the people he's not going to tell the people about their sins, man. He's not going to tell you that sin is transgression of the law. Why? Because he doesn't want you to choose not to teach that, man. When you ask these pastors what sin is, they can't tell you what sin is. Even though we know 1 John 3 and 4 says sin is transgression of the law. But when you show them in the scriptures, they act like it don't exist, man. And that's the reason why, Yahweh told his disciples. He said, if they don't want to hear you all your words, you got to shake off the dust of your feet. It comes to a period of time, brother, and, a few aquas that are listening to that. It comes to a point in time that you just have to stop trying to debate, these gainsayers, man. You just got to let them fall on their own sword, per se. Because we know that through the scriptures, that they're not going to hear the words of Yahweh Shem Al-Shah. But also at the same time, you got to contend for the faith that goes to the scriptures. But, you got to be concerned with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Al-Shah to understand that it's just certain time that you just got to not debate or contend with people. Because of the spirit, they're not going to get it, man. They're not going to get it. That's the reason why you have to take the dust off your feet and you got to move on and continue to edify the sheep. And we bring out certain things for edification purposes. But at the same time, man, don't sit there and waste your time to try to contend with people that are not going to get it. Especially these Christians, man. Yeah, you show them in the scriptures that salvation is only given to the Israelites. They still trying to run to John 3:16, and they're trying to run to the teaching of Paul there, whether they're Jew or Greek, even though they're talking about the Israelites. And, they continue trying to justify by all nations can be saved and all that stuff. You got to get to a point that you got not even contend with them anymore, man. Why? Because Most High don't want them to get it, especially 2/3 of our people. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to get it. They're not going to get the scripture. Because the fact of the matter, Most High don't want them to get it, man. Because he's going to, He's going to be justified in destroying them, man. Because they don't want to hear the words of Yahweh Shema Shah, especially coming from the prophets and men of the Lord. Why? Because they, these Christians and as well as two-thirds of our people, they hate the prophets, man. Because the prophets don't prophesy good for their behalf, man. They prophesy evil. Because the scriptures say that the prophets, the prophets were old, they prophesied against many countries and many kings. Roughly paraphrase. You know what I'm saying? Even though that they heard the prophets of old, Dave hearkened against Dave went against the prophets. Zechariah chapter 7 verse 11, said that our people read to hear and they pulled away the shoulder. Roughly paraphrase. Why is that? Because they don't want to hear the command of the Lord. They don't want to hear the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. If Yahweh told Samuel when our people wanted a king, Yahweh told Samuel, they rejected me. They don't want me to be a king. Even though that Samuel told them all the things that was going to be fire and they were going to king. And our people being hard-headed, thick-headed like they are, they still wanted a king. They wanted to be like the other nations. And do what they got us, man. We had more bad kids than we did good kids, man. And our people were warned about that. They didn't want to listen to what the men of the Lord had to say. They didn't want to listen to what they had to say about concerning king. They still wanted to be like the other nations. And that's the reason why we are in the predicament that we're in now, man. Because we didn't hearken to the Yahweh Shema Shah concerning the prophet. That's the reason why we are at the bottom. And that's the reason why we tell our people according to the scripture what happened when they don't want to hearken to the voice of Yahweh Shema Shah. Guess what? We're at the bottom. We end up being discontinued from our heritage. We broke the first covenant. And our people still are hard-headed and rebellious and don't want to listen. That's the reason why the brethren, through the possibility of how about the Mount God, you have to defend the doctrine. Because the ministry should not be blamed. Also at the same time, that it's something here to find. You got to take the possibility, realize that these people are not going to get it. I pray that you them will edify. And with that, I want to give all praise to your house, by Jimmy, our staff, by Jimmy, Papa Don, double honor to your Papa Elder, great deal of song. Shalom.